morning, boomers. It's the voice here, your favorite YouTuber's favorite YouTuber, your favorite D-Live streamer's favorite live streamer too. Just in case you were wondering, following me on all the networks immediately. I need you caressing the buttons right now, the like, the sub, the post notification bell, the ding ding. Today we're talking about Bitcoin, Cardano, and other cryptos are experiencing more gains, and more kabooms. Bitcoin over 9K. I told you yesterday we would experience, or I was expecting to experience this peak over 9K, and we are there right now. So far, so good. It seems like this Chinese New Year has not brought a dip in price how it has historically. That could be due in part to capital fleeing from the traditional markets. It could be due in part to the coronavirus. It could be due in part to the halvening hype that's going on out there. We just don't know, but what we do know is that the price is up. The price is up. Fire in the hole. Shout out to CryptoZilla. Anthony's here. It's over 9K indeed. Lucian said, told you 2020 is the year of Cardano. Jojo's here, the boomers. Guys, we're going to talk about Cardano. There's some updates happening with Cardano. I saw Charles Hoskinson dropped a video explaining what's going to happen next with Cardano. He just got back from Davos, the World Economic Forum, and it seems like they're ready to gear up for 2020. I'll share an article and a link to a video where he explains more. We'll talk about Ether's price, DeFi growth. We'll talk about Bitcoin, where it's headed, and more. But first, I need you guys touching and caressing and molesting the buttons. They're only buttons, guys, so don't get triggered by molesting a button. Just touch it right now and trigger it. Boom, boom, boom. Shout out to the 9 concurrent viewers. Why don't they call them live viewers? They're concurrent. That's an interesting word that YouTube is using here on the dashboard. They don't say live viewers. They say concurrent. So whatever that means. Shout out to the concurrent viewers with the cryptocurrency out there. Indeed, it's like a positive and negative electric current. And there's a lot of similarities between currency and water. You know, the banks, frozen assets, and more. Being underwater, it keeps going. Liquidation, there's a certain correlation between this currency, not only the current of electricity, but the water currents. So make sure you're tuned in to all the frequencies, guys. We're opening up gates. We're looking behind rabbit holes. And we're here for all of it. All of it. To stay tuned into all of it, guys. And dissecting all of it. Staying tuned in and aware mindfulness. That's the word. The other day I showed up to the doc. You guys know I've been doing my therapy. And there's a sign-in sheet. And everybody's signing in like if it was already February, 2 something. They were putting there, the date. And there was like 10 people ahead of me, and every single person just wrote the same exact thing the other person wrote. And then I said, hold up here. I told the front lady and the front desk lady, I said, why is everybody doing this? She's like, oh, it seems like everybody's just following. And she said, you're the first person that caught that. I said, hopefully I'm being mindful. Okay. Hopefully it's working, guys. We want to pay attention to all the details out here. Every single detail. Even the ones that may be going over people's heads. Shout out to Jojo. He says small resistance at 9K. Jaron says, champ, what's up, boy? Making money in my sleep. Good seeing you. Shout out to Jaron. Let me drop a bomb. Whoa, ding, ding. Jojo waves here. CryptoZilla says, I miss Rev, even if he may have been an AI. Yeah. Shout out to Revolutionist, one of our cryptomaniac brothers that would often frequent here the population of the chat box. He let us know that he was a bag holder of Cardano and always cheering Cardano, but he since went missing for a while. Cardano's pumping today. So Rev, if you're out there, we're still holding you to that promise that you gave us about the crypto castle once Cardano booms. We're going to throw a cryptomaniac party. I'm going to show up virtually on a screen. And that crypto castle party you're about to throw, you're going to get a castle out there in the UK. They're selling castles for cheap out there in the countryside is my understanding. Small resistance at 9K. Let's see what happens. Let's check out today's math. Double X is here. Lucian's here. And the cryptomaniacs are booming today. We'll talk about Bitcoin, Cardano. Crypto's experiencing more gains. And we'll talk about Ether's price, this DeFi growth, and more. Guys, I want you following me on dlive.tv/champagne crypto. I'm continuing some of the live streams over there, and I'm also doing another series of videos called Things That Make You Go, where I present topics, rabbit holes that make you go, Most recently, I did a video this weekend about the Pope's Vatican Hall. I'm showing it to you here on my dlive.tv. I think it's expiring today. Vatican's Pope Hall, a snake serpent symbol. This is a building that I didn't even know existed. It has some eerie similarities to snakes, and it has some real weird statues and something that you wouldn't expect. So if you want to peek down that rabbit hole, go ahead to dlive.tv and check it out. And I'll continue to spread that crypto word here. Guys, we're opening up every gate. Okay, we're staying aware and mindful of everything. Shout out to Derek. Shout out to Jaron. Shout out to all the boomers. Let's check out today's mathematics over there on CoinMarketCap on CMC. Let's look at how healthy this thing is looking at. First thing I notice right now when I hit refresh is that the Bitcoin dominance is back at 66%, which is leading me to believe that we're back at our new support level, which may be 9,000. Which is good. Okay, I'm saying that this may be the new support, 89, 9,000. Right now, it's kind of a resistance, but let's see if we can settle there at 9,000, above 9,000. Bitcoin currently at 90.32 on the CMC, and then at 89.83 over there on Bitstamp and or Gemini. Ether at 172, not making as much gains as Bitcoin. You know how it goes, guys. Bitcoin makes the first move. The altcoins follows in the wake. There always is a handful of altcoins that gain more weight than Bitcoin. Trying to pick which ones those are is usually, a matter of guessing. But that being said, that's why I'm holding most of the bags in Bitcoin. You got Ripple there at 23 cents. Bitcoin Cash is actually down today after doing very well. Bitcoin Cash has been outperforming Bitcoin, as has Bitcoin Satoshi Vision. It's down as well. It's back in the $200 range at 288. You got Tether there. Litecoin at $58. Will Litecoin go over $60 again? EOS 396. Binance $17. And the big hitter today is Cardano making moves. Charles Hoskinson, the man behind Cardano, he just released a video yesterday talking about what the future of Cardano may bring, some of the updates, and it seems like it positively impacted the price. Now it's at 5 cents. It's up almost 11% in the past 24 hours. Ether Classic is doing well. Also, it's almost at $11. Ether Classic has been really performing like a fourth batter this month. Tron there is up today as well. I wouldn't sleep on Tron. When Tron first came into the block, the first thing that I said is that it seemed a little Chinese scammy. You also have Woz from Apple saying that Justin Sun seems a little scammy. All that being said, I see that there's a lot of marketing. I see they picked up DLive, and I wouldn't sleep on Tron. I don't have bags of it, but I wouldn't sleep on it. Stellar there at 6, and Monero above. So look, would you buy Litecoin or Monero? That's the bottom line. Monero has a smaller circulating supply, and it's about the same price. So Monero is my favorite coin in the top 15. And that being said, even though it's my favorite, I'm still holding more Bitcoin. Dash there at 113, Tezos at 152. Tezos making some partnerships I've seen with some certain outfits. Tezos is another decentralized application platform similar to Tron, Cardano, EOS, and Ethereum. So, it's in that category. Who will be who would reign supreme here? Is it going to be Tezos? Is it going to be Tron, Ether Classic, Cardano, EOS, Ethereum? There's a lot of these decentralized application platforms. And I still see Ether holding its position. Look at its market cap compared to some of these other competitors. It's at $18 billion compared to, its other competitor, which is EOS. Let's say, this next competitor, and EOS is at 3 billion, almost 4 billion. So, this has more than double. It's about 4 times as much, 4 to 5 times as much in size as its second competitor. So, I think it's here to stay. That being said, there's a lot of room to grow for these other coins. You got, EOS, Tron, Cardano. One of these coins is going to do something. They're going to have, one of these coins is going to have a killer DApp eventually. I would guess. Let's see. I just still haven't seen that killer DApp. I'll be honest with you. If Litecoin gets Mimblewimble for privacy, I'll buy. You know, I'm gonna say I probably won't. You know, I'll consider buying more if they like announce like, oh, we're about to implement it. Maybe I'll snag some more and then sell it as soon as they implement it. I'll keep it 1,000, Derek. You know, who cares about Mimblewimble when you got Monero? You know, and this is coming from someone that's held the Litecoin bag through the storms. Talking about Litecoin, did you see Charlie Lee's latest suggestion? His latest socialist / commie suggestion that the miners should be donating to the Litecoin Foundation. This guy, after he dumps the bags, okay, now he wants to tell miners what to do with their Litecoins, saying, oh, you should be donating to the... How about he donates all his bags to the Litecoin Foundation and go back to focusing on Litecoin as his number one? Because this guy dumped at the top of the markets, guys. He seems like a nice guy, and certainly, you know, his virtual signaling caught me off guard. I thought, you know, I believed the hype. That's why I kept the bags when he dumped. But guys, don't believe the hype. Actions speak louder than words. He dumped at the top, and now he's trying to tell people to put money into his foundation that are mining the coin. I don't like that. I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you guys. $1.50. That to me is funnier than the funniest bunny. And that's the thing, you know, the guy seems nice. He seems not aggressive, not intimidating. I think people, you know, get that and be like, he's a nice guy. He's not, you know, really a bad dude, but maybe he's a nice guy and a bad dude. But like, you know, I'm not happy with him dumping the bags. I'm not happy with the suggestion that miners should be donating here. Listen, it's a free market. People should be able to do whatever they want. I bought Charlie's bag, says Jojo. There you go. Champ, are you on the road to 32 ETH? No, I'm not, Jojo. I'll be honest with you. I'm not on the road to 32 ETH. I'm on the road to more Bitcoin. Rise of King Fresh says, Champ, Monero all day over Litecoin. What do you think of Mimblewimble? I like the Mimblewimble protocol. You know, the beams, the Mimblewimbles, the grins. All that being said, you know, Monero. That's, you know, I like Mimblewimble. It's cool, but, you know, it's not, as far as, you know, market cap size and liquidity, it's not even close to Monero. If I already read that. If Litecoin gets Mimblewimble, I'll buy. Let's talk about Cardano. Well, actually, let's go over the coin market cap. Did we go over all the prices? Yeah, we did. Let's go over here and talk about Cardano. Let me pull up this article over here and share it here in the population of the chat box. This is at a news BTC. Why Cardano suddenly surged 13%, sparking real recovery for the first time in 8 months. Guys, it's important to note that, you know, Cardano at one point was over $1. Okay, over $1. And now it's like 5 cents. So, I mean, shout out to those that held the bags, but, you know, sheesh. I'm glad I didn't hold the bags all the way downwards. It may have reached the bottom there at 3-4 cents. Now it's at 5 cents. Bitcoin's potential rise to 10,000 against the ongoing coronavirus frenzy may have been limited to one of its rival crypto projects. Cardano surged by close to 10% against the benchmark crypto on Tuesday, registering a fresh top near 588 Satoshi. The move pushed the Cardano to Bitcoin exchange rate to its 8-month high. The wild upswing followed CEO Charles Hoskinson's announcement of entering a partnership with PwC, a $42 billion global giant. The senior exec revealed that PwC could utilize Cardano's blockchain within its network of professional services, which includes assurance, tax, consulting to 420 out of 500 Fortune 500 companies. 420 out of 500. Some funny numbers. Traders took cues from Mr. Hoskinson's announcement and started increasing their exposure to Cardano. And you could check out the announcement over here. Let me link to the Cardano announcement from the man himself, Charles Hoskinson. His update here from his page. Let me link this in the population so you guys can hear it from him. He got a 20-minute video talking about Cardano and what they plan to do. If you want all the details, watch the 25-minute vid. And this is why the price of Cardano has gained some weight. let's see, because they were doing press and
I
market.
can learn to understand you much better if I can get familiar.
Let me turn that off. Look, the AI starts talking to you. Calm down, AI. Calm down. Shout out to Dilemma. Shout out to Lazor. Okay, so let's talk about Ether here. I still think there's something for Ether, but let's talk about why its price didn't rise despite this DeFi growth. Okay, this is out of AMB Crypto. We shared an article with AMB Crypto yesterday, and it seems a little bit Fiverr-ish. Let's see what they got to say. DeFi, or decentralized finance, has etched a considerable presence in the ecosystem over the past 2 years. DeFi apps are undoubtedly some of the major dApps on Ether since the launch of Maker. Currently, over 6 ETH DeFi apps hold over $10 million worth of digital assets. Considering DeFi apps are largely built on Ethereum, a positive impact was not reflected on ETH's price. Okay. Longhash recently conducted a research to understand DeFi's current inability to affect ETH's price. Okay. Delphi Digital explained that ETH locked in different DeFi application at the moment is just over 3 million compared to the 16 million ETH that was raised from mid-2016 to mid-2018. The post added, it should be noted that this was at a time when ETH supply was even lower, which means ICO were accounting for an even greater percentage of the current available supply of ETH. Put simply, none of these DeFi projects are attracting new capital to flow into ETH as buying pressure. And that's probably what's going on. A lot of the DeFi that's being, the capital that's being locked up on DeFi, I'm suspecting, is from hodlers. It's not new blood. It's people that have crypto. They don't know what to do with it. They're hodling, and they may be locking it up in these DeFi platforms in order to gain some passive income. So let's see. PWC is going with Cardano's. DK is asking. Apparently, there's a rumor of that. I just linked the article over there on News BTC and the video to Charles Hoskinson. You guys could check that out in its entirety. I watched about 5-10 minutes of the video, and then the article's hinting at PWC. I suggest you check it out in its entirety and find out from him directly. Did I look into token set? Punish GT's asking. Not any more than I did that day. I'm going to be honest with you. But I haven't forgot about that. I know that Punish GT has been looking into staking or doing lending money to smart contracts there on token set, and he brought it up to my attention, but I haven't looked to it further. I will when I have some time. Punish is here, DK is here, Dilemma's here, Lazor, Jeron, Derek, Jojo, Rise of King, Fresh. We got Crypto Maniac Boomers in here. Boom. Looks like the coronavirus may have impacted the price. Hopefully this coronavirus is all hype, guys. Hopefully it's all hype. It certainly seems like swine flu part 2. But you never know. You never know. You can see my chart here. This is is it a 5-day? Let me show you the 5-day. 5 days looking all right. Being that we broke out of the wedge that we were in for a while. Once we broke over 82, things are looking strong. Nice run up this morning and yet from yesterday until today. And here we are above 9,000. The key here is, will we maintain above 9K? I'm thinking there's a strong possibility. It looks like we're trying to find a new price, a new stabilization point here. And it may stabilize there at 9,000. Let's see. Let's be real. Why would a $1 billion company like PWZ use a public blockchain instead of making their own? I don't know. And I don't know, how decentral or public or private Cardano is going to end up being. I have no idea. FN Base is out here. Robert Hammock says Shivambu. Okay, whatever that means. Lazor is asking, is token set equal set? I don't know. I just know it's a platform. Punish has been trying it out, and I'll keep my eyes on it. Japanese tourist bus driver is the first one to get the virus outside of China. He had tourists from Wuhan on his bus mid-month. Okay, so what's the vibe over there in Japan, CryptoZilla? Is it fear? Has anything been locked down? What's going on over there? What's going on the ground out there? Because you listen to the news and you can never get real information. So let me hear it from CryptoZilla. He's out there in Tokyo, and there's still some ways away from China, but they're a lot closer than we are. Derek says you guys believe in Litecoin more than Charlie himself. Silly, that's right, Derek. I'll give you that one. Yeah, and I called myself out on that. So this guy, he had dumped it on us, and never again. There goes a mistake. Being way too naive, and reading into his virtual signaling like if he was a good guy. Bottom line is, if they're not on the boat, if they don't got skin in the game, and by that I mean hodling the coin, then forget about it. Rise of King Fresh is champ. I think you should look into Mimblewimble from 25 cents to 767 past beam and grin in price. The actual Mimblewimble coin went up. Oh, okay. I know there's Mimblewimble protocol, the Mimblewimble coin. You got beam, you got grin, but according to Rise of King Fresh, the MW coin has moved. Champ, have you heard of a coin called DAC? Cheap ass coin rank. I bought $18 worth of it. Have I heard of DAC? Probably not. Japan has imposed new checks on travelers arriving from China, and the government is evacuating 200. Okay. Yeah, I mean, listen, I got my eyes on this corona and seeing what's going on, how it may impact the markets. I still stand from what I said before. I think that a lot of it is, the media pushing the fear. But I'm also looking on some of the boards, and apparently, it's a possibility that it could be more severe than they actually are reporting. So I don't know, and it is what it is, guys. You have to have skin in the game. You don't see Bezos, Steve Jobs, Warren Buffett ever selling their shares. Exactly. And I called it. I mean, like, you could go back to that video, and I was trashing him and calling, saying this, that, and the third. But I admit it was a dumb move on my part to stick with the game. And, I'll call myself out. I got to call myself out. It was a dumb move. But again, you got to step on some landmines. You're not going to always make the best moves out here. And when you get into a bad deal, a bad trade, you step on a landmark, you just call it for what it is and keep moving. And, I dumped most of the bags. I still have a little Litecoin, but I'm light on it. It's not heavy on my baggage right now. So I don't care, if it goes up or down. I'm okay with it. I think it'll stick around. It's got to have some day that it runs up again. But, it's not the coin that we expected it to be. It's the real deal. I was at the clinic today, and the vibe was concerned. Already 4 here have got it. One never visited China. I mean, listen, just because there's concern in the vibes, people could be watching the news. But, you just got to understand what's going on out there. And I think that there's nothing really that people could do other than, don't travel or don't come into contact for people from China. I don't know. The bigger concern here is how it's going to impact the economy now. There's a lot of manufacturing production that's out of China. And if, they're not able to go to work, that'll eventually impact the economy just for the short term. I'm not spelling any doom and gloom, any fear, but we'll see that the markets can be affected by stuff like this. Just a simple headline can affect the markets. Where do I buy this Mimblewimble? So you got the Mimblewimble protocol, which allows for privacy. Okay. And you got coins like Grin and Beam that use the Mimblewimble protocol. And you also have coins like Litecoin teasing us, saying that eventually they're going to adopt the Mimblewimble protocol, but they haven't as of late. And then you have the Mimblewimble coin that uses the Mimblewimble protocol and also uses the name. And my understanding is that Bitcoin, it's possible to upgrade Bitcoin into this Mimblewimble protocol, but obviously they haven't. Lady Plants is here before she goes off to the pool and continues to exercise doing her aquatic. I still have a measly 3 Litecoins. Yeah, I have, a few coins here and there. It's nothing, you know, that concerns me anymore. I'm glad I shaved some off the top of the bag there. It was too heavy of a bag. And now I look at the price, and even when it goes up, it still hasn't gone up to where I sold it at. So I'm glad that I cut my loss. Sometimes you got to cut your losses, guys, and keep it moving. Just cut your losses and keep it moving. We've been taught, in this culture, never to quit. There's a thing, don't ever quit. Keep chasing your dreams and don't be a quitter. Guys, part of being a winner is knowing when to quit. Sometimes you got to walk away. Sometimes being a winner is knowing when to quit and walk away. Not everything that you need to stick with all the time. That's kind of retarded. Next is going to be Bitcoin Mimble. I mean, apparently, it could be, but whatever. Geron loves Chainlink. People like Chainlink. Chainlink continues to be spoken well about on the internet. The rate of infected is much steeper than SARS, and it could show no signs for over a week. My doctor said people inside the hospitals are bracing for an outbreak. There may be. But like I said yesterday, I was watching one of Snip's video, Jay Snip, and he was doing research into how many people just die from regular old influenza, from the regular old flu here in the United States. And in some cases, it's up like 60,000 a year. I think 2013 was a really bad year, or 2014. But, the point I'm trying to make is that, definitely above 10, 20,000 people per year die just from the flu. Okay. So when you hear these numbers, like, 1,000 people have died in the past few weeks or the past month from this virus. I mean, it sounds bad. A lot of people are infected. It does sound bad, but, there's 1,000 people that died from, a car accident yesterday. There's people going to the hospital. There's people dying every day, guys, and no one's talking about that. There's people dying from the regular flu. And what's funny is that people dying from the flu, and these flu shots are all over the place. How are people dying from the flu if they're getting the flu shot, guys? You won't catch me taking none of those flu shots. I will not take any of those flu shots. Derek says, cut your losses and let your winners ride. Yeah, that's part of the strategy. You said it there, Derek. I mean, part of being a winner is knowing when to cut things out and just saying, I'm quitting this. I'm going to let this go. I'm snipping this. I got a buddy of mine, it's a rapper. He had a line that says, you got to analyze the chit chat and know when to snip that. I like that line. How Jeter said, don't be afraid to fall. And, yeah, that's true. Shout out to Dilemma. Geron says, just think about this, hodler, since we are in this game so early that years later, we're going to be ridiculously rich. Time is on our side. I mean, that could be true. That could be true. But don't let that be the only reason that you're in the game. And don't put all your your bets on being rich or anything like that. What I'm trying to say is that don't worship the golden calf. And I realize that we got a golden calf here in the bottom right-hand corner. Don't make it your idol. Don't think it's going to come here to save you or anything like that. Definitely you could enjoy the gains. And, I'm not here to tell you not to hodl, because I'm hodling myself. And hopefully this will increase our wealth. But we can't idolize it. And we can't depend solely here for the cryptos to come liberate us and save us. Because the question is here, Jerron, what if it doesn't go that way? What if we're not ridiculously rich? What are we going to do about it? So we always got to have one in the chamber just in case. And that's what being a crypto maniac boomer is all about. If things don't go your way, what are you going to do? Are you going to pivot and do something else? Are you going to be ready to make call the audible, So that's just something to think about. But overall, I do agree with you, Geron. I think that things are looking all right for us. We got in early. Things are looking all right for us. I just don't want to get cocky out here, Geron. I don't want to get too cocky. I want to stay humble on them. Shout out to Treese. I see you. Derek says, crypto's pure speculation. Maybe we can be rich, but who knows? Yeah. I mean, maybe we can. And definitely, I think the prospects are looking good. I think that, we're positioning ourselves we're in a good place, but I don't want to get too excited. Yeah, I don't want to get too excited, but I do overall agree with you, Jaron. I just I want to check all the boomers out there and be like, guys, let's just stay humble because we haven't won the game yet. We haven't unlocked all the levels yet. We haven't won just yet. We're still out here in the trenches. The war's still on. We definitely seem to be winning and moving and advancing, but we can't claim victory just yet. Crypto victory is not here yet. But yeah, shout out to Jaron. Shout out to Lady Plants. I'm sorry, champ. I'm trying to become a reach beach. Yeah, I mean, you don't got to apologize to me. And that's fine. If you want to, that's fine. I'm just saying, be humble. You could be rich and humble, right? I got to find me a few crypto hubbies. Tractors. There you go, Lady Plants. Shout out to Lady Plants. She's one of the few crypto chicks that stopped by. There was a few years ago, we had a couple more crypto chicks. There was one boss lady used to stop by. I haven't seen her in a while. And there was a few others. I know Typo lady stops by every once in a while. She's a mom and, she's into cryptos or whatnot. So there's very few. I would say it's like 1 or 2% that are ladies here. And I appreciate you ladies. Is Ripple going to come back up? I don't care about Ripple, to be honest with you. And, I don't care about it. It may, or may not. I really don't care about Ripple. Like, people that get into Ripple solely for profits. I don't think anybody's holding Ripple because they think it's good tech or anything like that. It's like, oh, well, the banks are going to use it, so it's going to go up. And maybe it does. Don't get me wrong. Maybe it does. But it doesn't have any spicy technology, from my understanding. Lady Plant says, yeah, where's Bosley? Yeah, I haven't seen her for a while. She was very active in a lot of the population chat boxes there, not just mine, but if she's out there, boss lady, come back. Keep booming with us. Geron says, crypto's the new money. Fiat is close to being dead, but okay, let's be humble. Is crypto the new money or is blockchain the new money? There's a big difference. And, it's blockchain that's the future, not crypto. Crypto implies secrecy, privacy, but like, look, is Bitcoin really crypto? Or is it just a blockchain technology? Is it really crypto when you could easily find out who's cashing out with this KYC stuff with the fungible coins or whatnot? I do think that what we're going to see is what these countries have been talking about in the World Economic Forum. We're going to see more blockchain. So the fiat is dying. You're right. And what's going to be adopted, what I see is countries are just going to make their own coins. So how is that really different than fiat? I don't know. But blockchain seems to be the future. Yeah, blockchain is the new money. I want to make sure that I make a difference between blockchain and crypto, because you get the deal. Like, you could be blockchain but not crypto. You get it? Like Ripple is blockchain but not really crypto. And the majority of these coins, I've already said it, when you don't have a fungibility on the blockchain, whatever. Forget about decentralization or, how it's mined or what, if the coin is not fungible, it's like you're dealing with marked bills. So yeah, it's blockchain that's the new money. Blockchain is one of the best things that ever happened to the powers that be. They can monitor everybody's movement, share all the data. It's makes it a lot easier for them. Derek says Ripple's a scam, no value whatsoever. I don't know. I don't know if it's a scam. I don't know if it has no value, but it's certainly not catching my attention. Here's my my hypothesis. And I said this before. I think Ripple exists to make Bitcoin look better. Like, oh, Ripple's the bad coin. Bitcoin's the good one, To me, it's like, I don't know. Forget put on a ring on it. Go for put a lease on them. Forget put a ring on it, put a lease on them. I think you're trying to allude to Monero's ring. I'm not sure. Blockchain's what's blowing everybody's mind. Yeah. That's why you're seeing, a lot of these companies adopting blockchain and making it more central, because it's just easy to surveil everything. It's easier to keep an eye on everything with the blockchain. So, guys, it's surveillance. That's the word, surveillance. I think we'll see a real asset-backed crypto blockchain in the future. There already is. But guys and Derek, these people don't want anything backed by anything. They want to be able to print more. They got off the gold standard. They don't want anything backed by anything except their good word. You know, if they have to back their blockchain by a real world asset, then that's going to slow them down and it's going to not allow them to just keep pumping. As I said before, Bitcoin's your investment, but altcoins are your lottery ticket. That sounds to make some, that makes some sense. Yeah, listen, it's not like, Bitcoin's going to 100x on us, guys. It's not going to happen in the next 5 years. You're not going to see Bitcoin at 1 million. I don't know. I really don't. Your chance of, 10xing or 100x is trying to find that altcoin. But again, it's like chasing a needle in a haystack. You never know. I mean, if you could really find the right one. But there certainly is going to be a handful or more of altcoins that gain more weight than Bitcoin this year. And that's a fact, whether they are legitimate tech-wise or or not. Look at SV, for instance. In my opinion, total garbage coin. Fake Toshi all the way. But all that being said, if you would have had some SV at the ending of the year, you would have made gains. Derek says, that's true, but if fiat goes to zero, they would have no choice. Nah, it ain't going to zero. They're not going to back anything by any asset. I don't believe that. They're not going backwards, guys. They've been trying to work from going into a real, from being in a real system that's actually backed by real tangible assets to going into a system that's in a whole simulation, a simulacra. Okay, that's what we're dealing with. We're in a post-truth era. We're basically living the simulation right now. Not that we are or aren't in the matrix, but what I mean by that is that money and crypto is a simulation. Nothing is really happening. There is nothing to touch. It's all just a bunch of symbols that you see on the computer screen. So by definition, it is a simulacra. And they've been going that route for a while because that way they can create their own fake world and further away from the truth. It's a simulation. So I don't think that, the powers that be want to have anything pegged to truth. Gold will go to zero once asteroid mining gets into play. Wow. Guys, whoever thinks that we're going to go and mine an asteroid probably thinks that the Apollo moon missions were completely legit. Furthermore, Treese, when's the last time you watched porn? You believe this astro mining stuff? I guarantee you watched porn the last week. Dollars never go to zero when you can keep printing and have slave workers pay tax. There you go. That's the bottom line. It's human capital, really. Some fiat has already went to zero. So many countries have had their crisis in the past couple of years. Yeah, absolutely. The crisis, but the world system, the name of the game here is that the central bank wants to be the buyer of last resort. Don't you see? That's the name of the game. They keep just buying everything up. It's like that's part of the game, to have countries' fiats go down so that the central bank can come and just loan them the money and reel them in. Everything except a handful of countries answers to the central bank system. And that's just the way it goes. Is there any crypto backed by real estate? I think so. I can't say off the top of the head. We already said that. Dollars never go to zero when you can. Yeah, we read that. Treese says LMAO. Yeah, Treese, come on. You got to stop with the porn. We're not mining any asteroids, guys. Okay, the NASA astronauts will tell you themselves. No one's even gone out of low Earth orbit. Okay, so I mean, forget about mining asteroids. SpaceX is Elon Musk. He says we're gonna mine asteroids. I'm watching him like a Star Trek. Guys, Elon Musk, guys, come on. Exactly. You're watching it like Star Trek. It's a bunch of hype. This guy, Elon Musk, is an actor, guys. Come on. Come on. He's not going to space. There's no tourism in space. Guys, that's not going to happen. No one's going to the moon or to Mars. It's not happening, guys. It's all a bunch of hype. Planetary resources. There's more resources in Antarctica, but you got to ask yourself how we have an Antarctic treaty in the middle of all these wars and all the Cold War and everything. And we somehow, no one goes to Antarctica to mine everything, but there's mad resources down there. It's like Mad Men down there. There's all kinds of resources down there. Okay, so before you go out in outer space trying to do asteroid mining, ask yourself, why aren't companies mining in Antarctica? Because they're trying to save the penguins? Is it because of the penguins out there? Are you believing that? Because that's what they're telling you. It's for environmental purposes. This asteroid mining is straight up retarded. You know, but these are the same people that push Tyrannosaurus Rex on you. Yeah, they can't even get to the bottom of the ocean. Exactly. They can't even get to the bottom of the ocean, guys. And they're telling you they're going to mine an asteroid? Come on, guys. I'm just saying it's possible because it's already happened in our own lifetime. Yeah, I mean, countries have gone bankrupt and stuff, but they all answer to the central bank. The central banks haven't gone bankrupt in our lifetime. In fact, they've gained more power in our lifetime and in your grandparents' lifetime as well. Guys, we're already in the New World Order system. The beast already exists. We're here deep in it. There's nobody getting liberated or anything by Bitcoin. If anything, maybe the internet is allowing us to wake up and understand that we've been in the Matrix since your grandparents have been in the Matrix. But, if the whole system crumbles, Bitcoin ain't going to be saving nobody. I'll tell you that much. The system crumbles, we will arguably go back into a dark age or something. I don't know. I don't even see the internet running up to speed if the whole system crumbles at this point. There's way too much skin in the game, too much stake. You're looking at the entire globe runs on this beast, this central bank system. There's only like a few countries. What is it? It was like Libya, Iran, North Korea, Cuba. All the countries that are on the axis of terror list are the ones that, haven't bit the apple yet. Yeah, technically each country has their own central bank, but technically they're all getting loans from the World Bank. Follow the pyramid, follow the money, guys. Come on. The only mining is done after it crashes Earth. Guys, ain't no asteroid coming to crash against Earth, guys. Stop it. Come on. It's been watching way too much Hollywood. Too much Holly weird. Shout out to Dilemma. Take a few more comments and questions before we land this plane. Always a pleasure, guys. 44 minutes here. Bitcoin, Cardano, and cryptos experiencing more gains. I shared an article why Cardano could have suddenly boomed. I'll share it again. This also links to Charles Hoskinson video talking about the upcoming Cardano upgrades that they're expecting. And you can also check out that entire video over here. And if you want to read about Ether too, why Ether's price is not going up despite the DeFi going up. But things are looking good. I would say, I'm expecting Bitcoin to find a new support level here around 9,000, hopefully. The dollar is eventually going to go down, Derek. Yeah, absolutely. The dollar eventually go down. They'll replace it maybe with another, with a Fed coin or something like this. The point I'm being is that it's all so that the banks can consolidate and have a more consolidation towards the top. So, all we've been seeing for the past 100 years is more central bank consolidation. They want to destroy all sovereign nations. They want to put everything under a new world order. It's not even a conspiracy. You have George Bush talk about it in the 90s. I mean, even the European Union, there's a plaque in front of the European Union that says how one of the main problems in the world, or I'm paraphrasing this, one of the main problems is nation states. That's what causes all the violence. They want to destroy nation states. They want everything to make Israel great again and have the central banks run everything under a one world government. That's been the plan. And we're basically already in it. There's not a one world government, but there's a one world bank. There is a one world bank. And yeah, technically all these countries have their central bank, but they're all getting loans from the big dogs, from the bagels, guys. And it's been like that for I don't know how many years. Yeah, I see your point. Yeah, that's, it's been like that for I don't know how long, guys. There will be going to a digital dollar to compete with the China's coin. Yeah, listen, Giancarlo, the crypto dad, the ex-CFTC chairman, is already talking about doing a digital coin. That's all we're going to see. Yeah, fiat's done with. Okay, we'll just have a digital coin. It's ran by the government. There's no difference. There's no difference. If you think that Bitcoin or anything here is about to save anybody, guys, you got it wrong. It's maybe the future. It may help us get more wealthy here, but it's gonna make the world utopia. No, guys, the only thing that's gonna save the world is the Lord Himself. Rise of King Fresh says, thanks for sharing. Yeah, I shared the links there for the articles that I've been talking about and that YouTube video with Charles Hoskinson. I still think there's a future for Cardano. I know a lot of people trash it, but I'll tell you what, though. See, these devs talk a good game. You listen to them, you're like, wow, this thing sounds good. These guys sound smart and everything. But he was talking this good game when the price was $1 and it tanked. So sometimes, just because someone sounds smart or the coin seems like it works well, doesn't necessarily mean the price is going to boom. Look, you got Bitcoin Gold. They got attacked, 51% attacked. It wasn't even, apparently there were like double spends going on the blockchain. And even with that, the price went up. Central bank coin, eventually, maybe the central bank coin is Bitcoin. Maybe the central bank coin is Bitcoin. Oh, but Bitcoin's decentralized. Yeah, sure. So what? Who mined the coins at the beginning? How many coins did Satoshi mine? Now, we know that Satoshi himself may have control to about 1 to 5% of the circulating supply. So, if someone or one entity or a few have control of 1 to 5% of the circulating supply, they can control kind of the price to a certain extent. It doesn't matter how decentralized the mining is. My theory here is that whoever created Bitcoin, the deep state or whatnot, they have control to at least 5 to 10% of the coins. Those coins that never moved, those Genesis blocks. There's a lot of wallets that haven't been touched. Shout out to Rafter, man. I see you. And yeah, China will do their digital currency soon. $49 minutes here. Bitcoin Cardano. The crypto's experiencing those gains. I'll leave it there, guys. I'll maybe pop up on you guys on D Live. I will invite you one more time to go check out this Vatican Pope Hall snake serpent symbol. So there's an audience Pope Hall that's partially in the Vatican and partially in Rome. The Vatican's like its own sovereign country. So this is a unique building in that sense. It's shaped arguably, allegedly, like a snake viper. Just all I got to say is check the video out. Whether you agree or disagree, it certainly made me go, It made me go, I don't like Cardano, but 45 billion max supply is still better case than why the U.S. printed last week. so the price will eventually go up. Let's see. What do you mean, whoever? It's Craig Wright. Yeah, guys, it's Craig Wright, guys. It's Craig Wright. It's funny. I can't believe it went that far. Seriously, like it went that far, huh? Like, you gotta hand it to him. I mean, he's at least, you know, he's a good bluffer at least, right? I'm sure he's a good poker player. He's going all in. Does he have the, you know, the pair of aces here? I doubt it. But he's gone all in. He's in the courts. He's like, you know, he's attacking. And I said this before, you know, what does he have to lose? You know, maybe, obviously his reputation, but that doesn't matter. If he's found to be in contempt of court, you know, lying to the court, what is the charge? Is it what? A year in jail, 5 years in jail? Is it worth risking a year or 5 years in jail to maybe pump a coin into the billions? Will you take a rap for a year to 5 years to perhaps be a billionaire? I don't know. Like, you know, those are things that you got to start analyzing, the costs and the benefits of this, because, you know, he's certainly acting in a way that's like, you know, we don't believe him. Why are you going and you know, you're lying to the court, maybe. So you could maybe consider it as a, you know, cost benefit analysis. Like, you know, maybe the benefit of lying outweighs the cost of being caught. On that note, guys, I'm out of here. I'll give it a few more seconds to see if anybody drops comments. But we've been on for about 52. Go to D Live, follow me. And Lady Plant says Richard Hart is Satoshi. Yeah, that's come on, guys. You know, it's odd. You know, that's the one red flag with this Bitcoin and crypto stuff. Is like, you know, it's here, but nobody knows who Satoshi is. He's got a bunch of coins that he controls, and yet everybody seems to be cool with that. You know, what happens really if he moves the coins and starts dumping? Because someone has access to the coins. You're telling me that they made these coins and they never cashed out because they're good guys? Because they're happy? They want to save the world? Come on, guys. That's like saying that you're going to mine an asteroid. It's come on. Derek says crypto that produces cash flow will always do better long term. I don't know if it always would, but, you know, I like your mentality. It's like, you know, if there's a business model, is there cash flow? And, you know, I like that. You know, it's just like, if there's cash flows, there a business model. If not, it's all hype. Derek says that's why exchange coins are the best. You may be right. Came across an article there by, I think it was Coin Market Cap themselves, that only exchange coins have outperformed Bitcoin lately in the past like year or two. It's the exchange coins. Rafterman says, yeah, I got a bridge in Tucson, Arizona too. Yeah, I mean, come on, guys, with this Satoshi thing. There's still people out there like, you know, some of the OG crypto influencers and these tubers like that were in the game before me. And they're still here saying like, oh, it's the Bitcoin revolution. Guys, the Bitcoin revolution. Enough with the crypto hippie jazz, guys. The Bitcoin revolution. Come on. What's pumping is the price. And that's what's going to happen, you know? And yeah, it's something new. Maybe fiat dies, but fiat dying doesn't mean that, you know, if anything, it can get worse. It can get worse. Now we get a digital coin and now, you know, you're taxed even more. I don't know. Derek says, boom, I told you from day one about exchange. Yeah, Derek's been the number one proponent for exchange coins. I've always liked them, you know, and I was, while everyone was shilling straight trash, a lot of people were shilling, you know, and I didn't, me personally, I actually did pick up, I picked up some Binance, some Huobi. So, you know, I definitely didn't disagree, but I will tip my hat and say that, yes, Derek was adamant about the exchange coins for a while. Absolutely. And I agree. I agree. These exchange coins, they make sense. They're making money in a market right now. Listen, think about it like this. In the gold rush era, right? You know, the people that made money were the people selling shovels to the gold miners, not those that are buying gold mines and going and buying land, hoping that they'll mine some gold or strike it rich. Guys, there were people that were right there on the road to the gold mines, and they're like, "Oh, you guys want to buy go mine gold? Here's the shovels. Start selling shovels." So it's kind of like that, Sell the shovels. Don't worry about the gold mine. I'm really thinking about putting money into Binance, Huobi. There's a few of them, and I've covered. There's Binance, Huobi, KuCoin, and others. And that's why at the beginning I was really adamant about BitShares as a DEX exchange, but that really didn't, it didn't gain weight how I expected to. And I like BitShares. BitShares was one of the first of its kind. But it certainly seems that centralized exchanges are doing better than decentralized exchanges. Money-wise, Just because something's decentralized doesn't mean it's better. And that, I think, is a flaw in the crypto community. They hold on to that word decentralization like it's the liberation tool. Just because it's decentralized doesn't mean it's going to save you. Geron says, I have BitShares. Yeah, so do I. I like it too. It's a good platform, and I like that you can even create coins on BitShares. But you're right, Derek. The cash flow is just not there right now. Thoughts on McAfee DEX in March? Typo's asking. I don't know much about that. I did hear about it, but I'll keep it honest with you. I'm not interested in McAfee's things. Like, he tattooed Skycoin on his back. We're Skycoin now. He said some wild stuff. I'm not following him. I'm not one of his followers. I know that, he's a figure. Some people pay attention to him, but I'm not vibing with him. I don't want anything to do with it. That's my thoughts on McAfee DEX. It may work, it may not work, but just on the vibrations of the gentleman, he needs to detox. Really, he needs to start fasting. If you ask a champ like me. Rise of Kings Fresh is still lots of potential with BitShares. It seems that way, but I don't know. I don't know. And again, I'm a lifetime member of BitShares. I bought a lifetime membership when the price was like at 20 cents. So, I lost. I think I spent like $400 or $500 or something on a lifetime membership. And have I gained from that? Probably not. Decentralized protects only Bitcoins and a few others like that. I'm questioning this whole decentralization. You know what decentralization really means to me? That nobody's liable. It's decentralization means that there's no one liable. There's not a company. There's nobody that's liable. Binance takes their profits to buy back its coin and burn them. Not too many other coins do that. There's a few that do that though. Typo with the thumbs up. Yeah, Typo, you asked my opinion. I'm not really crazy about McAfee. I don't like the vibrations there. And he's certainly been right on certain things, but I'm not following him into the DEX or anything like that. I'm not putting my, I don't expect McAfee to save me. I don't have a lot of BitShares, only 256. Yeah, they're like less than 10 cents the last time I checked. Rafterman says, yeah, that's what I mean as far as decentralization. Yeah, even when I just said this earlier, what good is Bitcoin being decentralized if an entity may hold 5 to 10% of all the bags? I don't know. I'm suspecting. We do know that Satoshi himself has the keys or had the keys to a substantial amount of Bitcoin. I don't know if it's like 1 million or 2. There's only 17 million circulating right now, and there's going to be 21 million total. So if you hold 1 million out of 17 million, one person, that's like a substantial amount of, that's centralization, right? New Dex does that with the coin burn. Okay. Yeah, I know that there's a few other ones that do coin burns. George Rubio says, Champ looking to DApp will be a good buy. I don't know what you mean by that. Decentralized apps? There's another one called DApp. Never heard of that. We got 26 concurrent viewers. It's your favorite YouTuber's favorite YouTuber. Go ahead and follow me on DLive. I do the things that make you go stream. The Pope's Vatican Hall, a snake serpent symbol. We open all the gates out here, okay? It's not just crypto, guys. You got to pay attention to everything that's going on. You got to pay attention to these things. It's about awareness, mindfulness. A million Satoshi bag heavy. Yeah, so it's about 1 million tokens, right, Rise? So if you control 1 million tokens out of 17 million that exist, that's a pretty big amount that one person's holding. You don't think that he can impact the price of Bitcoin with 1 million tokens? New Dex is a decentralized exchange on Ether, I believe. All right, guys, I'm going a little longer than I expected. I'm going to go ahead and take a little break, maybe get something to eat, enjoy my day. It's always a pleasure out here, boomers. I appreciate all you maniacs. DLive it, follow me. I maybe pop up later on today, but I'm feeling good about these prices. It looks good, 9,000. I think we're in a good position, but like I told Jaron, be humble out there. We may be in a good position for the future, but don't count on Bitcoin to save everybody's life. Follow the Lord, find time with your family, be healthy, put some weight on the bar, and of course, continue to hodl the bits. I'm not a hater out here. I want to gain too, but staying humble is important. Awareness, absolutely, yeah. Stay aware. And on EOS New Dex, you're right. Yeah, so the New Dex is not Ether; it's on EOS. You're right. It's a decentralized exchange on EOS. Typo says thank you. Thank you for tuning in, Typo. Thank you for tuning in. On that note, I'm out of here, guys. It's been over an hour, and I think we got our point across. It's always a pleasure. Shout out to Rise, Jaron, Derek, George, Rafterman, Cryptozilla, Typo. Who else did I see up here in the chat box? Lady Plants, Jaron. Dilemma, a couple of boomers. Trees showed up. David Couch. I see a bunch of boomers showed up, guys. I appreciate you, maniacs. Stay strong out there. Yeah, I have to have my daily dose of red pills and humble pies. We all need it, Jaron. It's not you. It's we all. Me as well. Rafterman just dropped me $2. Rafterman always drops me $2. I appreciate you, Rafterman. Thank you so much. $1, I appreciate every single dollar that's thrown at me. Let me throw some dollar bills off the ceiling. Rafterman showing love. Thank you so much, Rafterman. Derek says, see, but decks have no volume. Yeah, they don't have as much volume. You're right. That's true. All right, guys. On that note, I'm out of here. Thank you, Rafterman. Thank you so much. I'll catch you guys. Definitely tomorrow I'll be back. And if I have some time today, I'll just make pop up on you guys on DLive. So make sure you download if you download the app, the DLive app, it'll send you a notification when I go on. So, and those notifications work, unlike YouTube, that you may or may not get it. So if you download the DLive app, it's free. You don't have to buy anything. You follow me, it'll notify you, boom, right when I go on. So, you don't have to just always check. You get the notification. On that note, guys, stay strong. I'm out of here. It's the voice of the blockchain, Satoshi's big cousin, cryptography's finest. Champagne, thanks for tuning in.